So this is my Cyberpunk 2077 review, and I'm going to talk as calmly and as low as possible because it's taken multiple takes or to complete this commentary because I keep straining my voice. So, Cyberpunk 2077. Where do I begin? Or, what, let's begin from the beginning. I played this game when it first launched. Uh, yeah, when it first launched, actually. uh, Back when I was playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I had to play it on the PlayStation 4 Pro because at the time you couldn't get a PlayStation 5 because of scalpers and Sony and also Microsoft's weird way of selling their new consoles. Seriously bizarre. Anyways, um, so I played it on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it was a complete buggy, unfinished mess. And I was disappointed. I was, yeah, I was definitely disappointed. I wasn't angry. I wasn't outraged. Instead, I thought to myself, I'm gonna get my worth in this game in time, in playing the game and enjoying myself. Despite all the bugs and glitches, of course, despite the bad rendering of the NPCs and certain characters that uh, you interacted with in the story, despite the combat being basic, despite certain things in the game that was just awkward. And that's what I did. I completed multiple playthroughs, um, chose the Nomad, Corpo, and Street Kid life path, and I enjoyed myself. Created multiple Vs, both male and female, and tried my best, playing with certain weapons. And again, the combat was very basic. It wasn't really crazy, not like it is now. Um, which, looking at it now, compared to the beginning, it's wonderful. It is actually crazy wonderful how CD Projekt Red completely overhauled, like completely upgraded this game from what it was in the beginning. Like it's just crazy looking at it now from the beginning, because the combat, which I mentioned before many a couple times already, it was basic. It wasn't anything really cool or flashy. Um, the combat with katanas and bludgeoning weapons and knives was just like a hack and slash basic combat. The guns, basic. The movement was just not good, especially when it came to the dodging. Like it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. But again, I still enjoyed myself with it. The customization of V, you only got to customize it in the beginning, or customize V in the beginning, and afterwards, that was it. All you had left was the clothes to wear, and even then, the clothes were very bizarre, weird looking combinations because it affected your stats and armor. So you had to choose the best top and bottom and shoes and face wear and headwear that would give you the best stats. So that way you have better odds of surviving any fight you have with a gang member or group of gang members, or any mini boss fight, or even Atom Smasher for that matter. And it was just wasn't good. Speaking of Atom Smasher, first time playing it, thought he was really scary. Afterwards, he was easy peasy lemon squeezy. He wasn't that scary. He wasn't as scary as he was the first time playing. Um, like, he looks cool. He looked intimidating in the beginning, but then now it's like, again, just a walk in the park, a breeze. uh, the relationships that you had with characters that you chose to romance, you would do their complete story, all the quests, have a steamy sex scene, a romance scene, better yet, and then afterwards it was just text messages. That was awkward. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was awkward. Um, it was weird because it was just text messages, and then the very ending of the game is when you get a little bit more dialogue with the character that you chose to romance. But again, that was it. And now, as you can see right here, there's a whole lot more. They finally added a whole lot more. But continuing with in the beginning of playing this game, like it was just it was rough. It was really rough. Um, when I finally got a PlayStation 5 and then I got Cyberpunk on it, massive improvement in the graphics, rendering, everything. Like you could actually see the images that I couldn't see before in some billboards. Finally, there was a lot more to the game than what I had originally played through. And then when CD Projekt Red released 2.0, that's when it really changed everything. Like more customization for V whenever you visit a Ripper dock, or actually I think that was before 2.0. But the point is, more customization for V. When you visit Ripper dock or go in front of a mirror, you could change how V completely looks. Now what came with 2.0 was a hell of a lot more. The combat, the skill trees completely changed for the better. Like, completely changed. The combat was no longer basic. It was actually complex. It was actually different and more flashy looking now. Like, especially when you were using the melee weapons, you could actually perform finishers. In the beginning, you couldn't do that. It was just hack and slash again. Hack and slash. That was it. Now you can actually dash forward. You can knock people into the sky and all that. You can grand slam. You can perform finishers, cut off limbs easier, throw knives a lot smoother. Uh, Even when shooting guns, it was just a complete overhaul of the combat and skill trees that just made it 10 times better than it was in the beginning. Like, it's mind-blowing how they completely changed it for the better, and I'm here for it. I'm so happy that they did. Especially when it came to the dodging too. The fact that you had to press circle twice to dodge, and it was just a short little dodge. It was so awkward and weird. Now you can actually dash. You can dash on the ground and dash midair, which is just so much better. um, yeah. I think also with 2.0, I think they added more vehicles. They added more gigs and missions. So that way you can spend more time in the game and enjoy even more of it. And it was just great to see and experience. Um, then Phantom Liberty was released, and that was a great experience. Like, I loved every second of that DLC from beginning to end. It actually felt like an actual DLC. It was part of Night City, or it is part of Night City, but it felt very far from it. It felt like a completely different place, a completely different cast of characters. Um, your situation was still pretty much the same, but it changed. Even the ending affects the ending for V, which I won't spoil. But it is such a tremendous DLC that blew my mind. In my opinion, that's how it felt. It was great. It blew my mind. Loved every second of it. I wanted more of it. I really did. I wanted so much more of it because it was just that good. Um, and then of course it also left me in shambles emotionally because it's like it has, of course, the decisions that make or break uh, for certain characters. You know, like if you choose this ending, that character dies. If you choose the other ending, then that other character dies. um, and there was also some very crazy change when it came to the endings. Like one of the endings, which I call the good ending, is very typical of Cyberpunk. The other ending, which I call the bad ending, was turned into a horror game. I was so stunned. I was so surprised. I was like, "Wait, what? What happened? Like, well, why is this terrifying? Why am I scared all of a sudden?" It was. It took a turn. It really did took a turn. Never went back to that ending ever again, which I'm glad for, because yo, that was scary. I'll be honest with you. And then of course the music was just so great. Even the song in the end, whew, oh my goodness, it gave me goosebumps. It oof, gave me those 007 vibes. Really did, really did. Like everything in that DLC was such a massively well done performance from all the actors, the writers, the musicians, songwriters. Like, yo, it was a really good, like really great DLC. And then 2.1 comes out, and then 2.1 comes out with the option to spend time with more of your partners, or spend more time with your partners, the people that you've romanced in the story or in the game, better yet. You can now invite them over to your apartment, uh, any of them that you choose. Which I forgot to mention that in the previous updates, you could purchase multiple properties, have different apartments, and they all have a different vibe and look to them. Some are more cozy, while others look very clean and spacious looking, and all that. So, going back to what I was previously talking about, you can invite your romanced partner over and cuddle and have V kiss them and be romantical and all that, feeling romantical and dance and and Panam will slap your ass. um, Judy will give you a kiss on the cheek. They'll shower with you. They'll even go to bed and sleep beside your V, which was just so nice. And then, of course, it's not just a one and done thing. You can keep doing it multiple times or as many times as you want. Because I just kept doing it because I was gonna abuse the hell out of it because I wanted to experience it. I want to see what it would be like in many different apartments, or not many different apartments, all the apartments, like how it would differ. So I was abusing the hell out of it. And then, of course, with 2.1 came the overhaul, or like the change, like the improvement of Atom Smasher, as you saw in the beginning of this video. He now can use Sandivestin, or Sandy. I butchered the name, but you get my point. He can finally use that now. He's finally more of a threat than he was in the very beginning of this game. He is closer to lore accurate Atom Smasher than ever before. I mean, he can be even closer, but I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Probably maybe they'll come out with some more patches to fix a couple things here and there, and then that's basically it. But overall, it's like the change to Atom Smasher was just great. Like he actually becomes more of a threat, more of an intimidating force of cybernetics, cyberware, uh, Like he actually moves around with speed all around the arena. He stomps more. He shoots more missiles. He shoots more bullets. He really gets in your face. He's more of an intimidating character now. Matter of fact, he's closer to anime Adam Smasher, but just a little bit closer to lore accurate Adam Smasher. And I'm so glad that they finally made him more of a deserving and worthy like final boss now. Seriously. If you haven't tried out Cyberpunk 2077, um, because you think it's still not in a good state or not, it is. And I highly recommend it. I honestly give this game an easy 9.5 out of 10. Like it's like it's up there in one of my like top 10 favorite games of all time now. It is truly now a work of art than it was in the beginning. It's a fantastic game. It really is. So much detail, so much work put into it. Finally comes to show. Uh, Finally, people can really see, uh, enjoy it, admire it. Uh, they can see Cyberpunk 2077 as a complete and finished product. Uh, and the fans just grew ever since 2.0 came out, and then now with Phantom Liberty and then 2.1, this game is now in such a great state that it's just is. I really recommend you play this game. Strongly recommend. Uh, it is such a good game. It really is. Um, and honestly, I haven't deleted it or anything like that. I've kept it in my library of games, and I still play it to this day. Especially since before making this video, I had to do the boss fight with Adam Smasher just to experience uh, the change, the upgrade of the fight. And I'm glad that I got to experience that. Really glad. Um, but seriously, everything about this, even the photos that you can take as well, which is very popular on Instagram. When it comes to Cyberpunk, all the photos. I mean, there's a lot of people that use the PC mods, but even that's great. This game is a hell of a lot better than it was. Hell of a lot better. And you should experience it. Truly, truly experience it. Thank you so very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and have a great day.